An Fish is back. I think that's been 2 weeks or something. But back with episode 14. Before we get into tonight's guest, Jordan's going to read out a wee thing for us. For our new sponsors. Crack on, mate.
So our new long-term sponsors is Allied Maritime Solutions, run by our good pal Aaron Boyd. They're the best in the sector. If you're wanting anything done in the sea, you're wanting any cleaning work done, any spillages. I'll read a wee bit after their website, alright?
Can they fix it there?
No, that's well gone, man. It's a miracle. Here we are. So Allied Maritime Solutions are committed to providing a cost-effective consultancy, safety and training services, providing the client with an improving level of service. We can achieve this by integrating with the client's personnel, adopting a flexible approach and operating an open book policy between the client and Allied Maritime Solutions. So if you're looking for anything done, get in touch with them. We'll put their Instagram that in the bio.
I didn't know you could read that, mate.
We must have.
I'm actually sweating, I swear to God.
Big shout out to McGowan's Fitness as well. He's still on the scene. He just went away and done some ayahuasca or div. I think he's come back a new man. He still looks like a rock and that. So, but aye, tonight's guest has got his own story to tell. Let's say controversial past, but on the up, very positive. I'd say it's a good message to put out there that just because you've had a past doesn't mean you can't move forward. Tonight's guest is Aston Brown. How are you doing, mate?
All good, man. Thanks for having me on the show, guys.
Pleasure.
Obviously, if maybe people don't know who you are, I mean, you've come through the ranks of very, very well-known boxer in Scotland. And as I said, a bit of controversial past, but we'll get into your past. But how's things now? What's on the scene these days?
Life's good, mate. Life is fantastic today, as I say. I'm heavy into my recovery today. I'm heavy back into my boxing today. Know what I mean? I've got my career back, which is all I wanted, to be honest with you. Know what I mean? Just to get my career back, my life back, and aye, things are looking up.
Good. We'll strip this right back to the start, and we'll get the past out of the way first, because we don't want to dwell on the past. It's kind of message we're trying to put out there now is just because,
positivity.
Because you've got a past doesn't mean
course.
you can't go forward. So, do you want to start with maybe, I don't know, when did the boxing start? Was that from a young age?
Aye, basically when I was like, sort of 9 year old, you know what I mean? My brother took me to the gym and basically I just fell in love with it straight away. He chucked it, you know what I mean? And I always say that to people, it's like, the rest is history, does that make sense? And I'm still in the game 20 odd years later. Had a successful amateur career, you know what I mean? Very successful in Olympic squad, and then obviously turning professional. So it's been a great journey in the boxing, you know what I mean? Loads of ups and downs, but that's sport, innit, you know what I mean?
It's life, innit?
It's life, it's life, mate. So no, I've had it's been amazing, you know what I mean? It's been an amazing journey. As I said again, ups and downs.
What put you down to the boxing? Because usually it's like one or the other when you're first game. You're either going to go and play football or you're going to go to boxing.
Well, I played football. I mean, I was just about to go to Gretna Pro Youth. You know what I mean? And I had to make a decision basically. It was that or boxing.
Aye.
Because you can't go pro youth and do other sports, you know what I mean? You start getting paid and all that. And I knew I was a good football player, but I wasn't good enough to go and be a professional, you know what I mean? Maybe I could have been, but no at a mad level where I want to go. And I knew I was a better fighter, you know what I mean? I was a better boxer, mate. I was winning the Scottish title, Western Districts and all that, competing in the GBs. And I don't know, mate, it was just, always had more interest in the boxing game, you know what I mean, than I did the football. I liked football, but it wasn't my passion when I was younger. It was the boxing, you know what I mean? As soon as I took to boxing, that was it. It was just boxing. You know what I mean? Football went to one side and it was...
So what was interesting? What was the spark for you? Because a lot of people say, I watched Rocky and I went right down to the gym and I wanted to fight. What was the spark?
It was just the fighting aspect of it, I think. See, like controlled fighting.
It's because you've got bras on it?
Aye, you know what I mean? It was
I had to fight my bras all the time.
Controlled fighting. It was because I loved getting up to all sorts of madness when I was younger, just fighting, scrapping, being aggressive, you know, that young stupid, it was a controlled environment. You could go in and learn something as well, learn this craft, learn the sport. I enjoyed the learning part of it. So when I went to the gym straight away, it was like the next day you pick up how to throw the jab before the 1-2. It was a learning aspect, you know what I mean? I enjoyed that. And it's not until I look back now I realised I enjoyed that part of it, because as of today I still enjoy learning in the game, you know what I mean? You can never stop learning, and I'm learning every single day, working with some of the best people in the game, you know what I mean?
Good.
Do you think as a boxer, as a young boy, we've had big Grant Quigley on here as well, and do you think is when you're coming through school and that, and you're a boxer, do you think it's obviously you're learning discipline and all that, and how to control yourself, but do you think it's tuning you to be no more aggressive than people, but it's tuning you up to give you something on your shoulders that you can say to people, well, I'm no fear to you, kind of thing. And do you think that pushes you into like kind of away from the gym when you're out to sleep with your pals and your pals are out drinking and they're doing all this?
It does, it does.
An overconfidence kind of thing.
Does it give you that?
It does, it definitely does. And I even see that, I always go back to this on the recovery side of things and that, like my stories are a wee bit different for other people's. I didn't try drink or drugs and all that, like see what when you're 14, 15 people start smoking or whatever, try and drink that. I never done that, know what I mean? I was just always disciplined. So my mates were out every weekend, I was out with them, but I wasn't doing anything like that. I was just focused on my ball. I actually remember going out with bin bags on because I had to make weight for the next weekend and that, know what I mean? So I was out, my mates were playing 2-man, you know, I was out running about doing it, but losing weight at the same time. That's how disciplined I was.
Your pals are like, is it fucking Halloween?
Exactly, mate, know what I mean? It was people used to look at me as if, what the fuck are you doing? But I knew what I was doing, know what I mean? And I knew what I wanted to do, and I wasn't go down that road.
Dedication, innit?
It's dedication, mate.
At a young
What about
age.
the rest of your, let's say, people in your year in school and all that? Did they give you like respect because you knew you were like an up boxer?
I had a lot. I was well respected in school, know what I mean? Again, as you said, nobody tried to really mess about with, know what I mean? I didn't have there wasn't a lot of times in school. I wasn't scrapping in school, not every day, know what I mean? Because people knew that, know what I mean? I was quiet, but dangerous, know what I mean? So, and knowing an ego way, just know what I mean? Just don't leave me alone, I'll leave you alone, know what I mean? If you want to go there, we can put gloves on if you want, but you'll have a hard night.
No, that's fair. I mean,
that's the overconfidence thing.
I mean,
I was like when I sat down at Christmas dinner and my brother's at the table, I'm sitting there like that. Kid leather every
and that's it, innit, know what I mean? And that is it, know what I mean? But aye, that's the way it was. And
can you imagine, like, see what you're saying about hanging about the schemes? I imagine you're doing for a scheme fight and you coming up, man. Tell you right now.
like, Keezy's my man. I'm getting him, Keezy's my ball.
Listen, I definitely had my fair shares of scraps in the street, know what I mean? But I can say I definitely didn't lose many, know what I mean? Because of, and that's again because I was a trained fighter. Know what I mean? A trained fighter. It's these are lethal weapons when you're a professional boxer or you're a boxer. Know what I mean?
It was part of growing up. You were scheming, you were scrapping, you were fighting. It's different now, innit? You can't have a fight because everybody's got phones and
doesn't exist.
You're on the internet, and if you knock somebody out, you're this, you know what I mean?
Do you not think it's a man filling that? It's not, you don't really have a fight anymore. It's people pick up a blade or something now.
It's
definitely. You don't hear many set twos anymore, do you? Man, square goals. No, I mean it's always big weapons or whatever it is. I don't know.
But you're obviously you're mentioning recovery, and that's something that's just mainly like what I talked about before we get into kind of the boxing side of things. When you're saying recovery, what is your path to recovery?
I'm involved in the fellowship, Cocaine Anonymous. Know what I mean? I joined the fellowship just over 2 years ago. Know what I mean? And I never ever really knew about it. When I was in sort of active addiction, I never really knew about it. Know what I mean? I never knew anything about recovery. You heard a lot of Alcoholics Anonymous and that, but I never ever thought into it. It was until I joined CA then I really realised what it was all about. Know what I mean? And it was about helping people get clean and sober for drinking drugs. Know what I mean, mate? And I've never ever looked back since I've joined that. It's saved my life.
What was the switch? What was it?
I was on my knees, mate. Know what I mean? I didn't want to live anymore. Know what I mean? I did not want to live anymore. Drugs had just took over my life, know what I mean? And again, I always say this, and when I'm sharing as well, because I share at tap tables a lot in the recovery, is that it wasn't my using, it was worst. I was just mentally at my worst, know what I mean? Internally at my worst, mate. I was done. It was like, I can't do this anymore. I've had a number of years of an active addiction, and it was horrible.
It'd be hard, see, having a career that you had beforehand, and then your own the addiction, and you're sitting and you're out your nut, and then you're reminiscing about good times. You're like, fuck me, man.
And that's it, mate.
Must be right fucking difficult.
Horrible.
To overcome something like that.
Oh, definitely. Know what I mean?
My heart gets after you, man.
It was horrible because, as you said, I'm great friends with very successful fighters. Josh Taylor, all these my close friends. Know what I mean? And I watch these guys and they're flying in life. Know what I mean? They're fulfilling their dream, man. And I'm sitting riddled with addiction, you know what I mean? And I just
Aye.
can't see a way out, you know what I mean? I'm trying to get sober, I'm trying to date myself. But that's where the recovery side comes into it. It's just that you don't need, you can't date yourself. You cannot date. For me personally, for my personal experience, I couldn't date myself.
No.
I couldn't. I needed help. And I needed to speak to people who'd done it before.
Aye.
You know what I mean? Like people who'd got recovered or in recovery. And I did, you know what I mean? And they showed me the way and they took me through the steps. My sponsor took me through the steps, man. And it's been the most beautiful experience, one of the most beautiful experiences I've had in my life. And that's mad because if you say that to me years ago, I'd be like, recovery, what are you talking about? It's a lot of crap. I'm not the same as you people, you know what I mean? Separating myself, you know what I mean? I'm not the same as them, I don't use the same drugs as them. But no, once I get into it, I've never looked back, mate. And I enjoy helping people today as well.
Aye.
So you're 2 years completely clean. That's
So that's 22 months now, I'm clean sober.
amazing,
I was I went in the doors. It's another thing. I went in the doors, didn't identify, didn't take on the suggestions, which I'll come to, you know what I mean, the things and say you need to do. And I went back out the doors and used it again. And again, as I said, that was the worst time.
Aye.
It wasn't the worst time of using, mentally and just internally, I was just broken.
Aye.
And then I decided, no, I need to give this another go, and I did. And then I've not left the doors since, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I've got a pal who's went through it. He went to the Haven for I think it was about a year, and ended up he kind of fucked up a wee bit down there or whatever. But he come home and he's still battling it. Do you know what I mean?
Aye.
And when he kind of relapses and goes back to it, he's so hard on himself, man. But
Aye. That's the thing, see, like when we do relapse and all that, and it's no nice time, you know what I mean? Because I've relapsed, I went in the doors and then relapsed and then went in the doors again, you know what I mean? It's horrible because you don't want to go back. You don't. It's a shame in it, you know what I mean? You're going back to your people and going, I fucked it, you know what I mean? But you need to go back.
Aye.
You know what I mean? You need to go back. Nobody's looking down at you. They just want help, you know what I mean? Especially in the people in recovery, in the fellowship.
Exactly. Because I've read things online that there's people who's maybe relapsed it 10, 11 times, and it's still it's a battle. It's a battle for the rest of your life.
Rest of your life, it's an illness. It's stuff with an illness, and you need to treat this illness every single day. And I always say respect this illness, you know what I mean? Because it can come back at any time.
Definitely.
I need to work my stuff every single day. I don't know if I'll be clean sober tomorrow.
Aye.
You know what I mean? You need to ask me that tomorrow. But I work my stuff in tomorrow morning to make sure I'm clean sober that day.
Aye.
Got that wee demon in my head every single day, and I need to put the barriers on him
Aye.
to get on with that day. You know what I mean?
We had a guest, it was our first guest, we had on Paul Bogey. He suffered with addiction as well. And the one thing that resonated with me was the fact that he says that I'm an addict. I'm always going to be an addict. There's always going to be that there. But the fact that I get up every day and I fucking press on with the day and we get on with it and make sure we don't do it, that's the difference.
It's the acceptance. He accepts. He wants you can accept that you're an addict. You know what I mean? Like people go, what do you mean you're an addict? You're a professional boxer. No, I'm an addict. I have the disease of addiction. It's an illness. You know what I mean? I'll treat that illness every single day and make sure I'm alright. I'll treat that illness every single day and I can still have a successful boxing career.
Aye. What happens if you feel yourself having like a kind of down day where the voices are maybe getting a wee bit loud? What's your go-to? Is it get yourself in the gym? Or?
Reach out, mate. Reach out. First and foremost is reach out. Always in the gym anyway. It's definitely, the gym it helps me massively, you know what I mean? The people running about my body. That is it. But reaching out to my fellows, you know what I mean? People who know the way I'm feeling, they can relate to. So I can pick up the phone and they go, I know how you're feeling. Try this, try that. Come and see me. I mean, get to a meeting. That's what keeps me clean sober today. You know what I mean?
Do you think you were the peak of your career, your boxing career? Did you know you were addicted to this kind of lifestyle at this point, or was it because it was all just 100 mile an hour?
I was actually, I done an interview boxing, the boxing news today, you know what I mean, the magazine you get. I done an interview with Emily and I was saying that it was like I didn't really notice it in the time. I lived a fast life before, say 5-6 years ago. It was a mad fast life, you know what I mean? It was go, everything, training, partying, whatever it was, and I never ever had that time to settle and go, what is actually happening? What is wrong with me? You know what I mean? It was just like, I'm alright, I'll get sober for a week, I'll get sober for 2 weeks, back in the gym fighting. So such a fast life, and I never really identified with it until now.
So it became normal. It was just
normal. It became normal. It became sort of. I always said when I used that, I can put it down. I can put it down, but it doesn't. It's not till you're in active addiction where you're using every single day, and I don't just mean using a small amount every single day, and you're hiding from everybody, and you're isolating yourself, and you've just run away for the world, basically. You know what I mean? You go, wow, I can't stop using. You know what I mean? This has got me. It becomes a point where you don't use drugs; they use you. They use you.
That's a good gene, that one.
See, I was thinking something yesterday. It was obviously because we knew you were coming on, and it was, and I was just sitting thinking, see, like, I don't touch cocaine, or I can't, and it's not for me at all. But I used to, and I used to just do it. Like if you're going to the football and you're on a bus with the boys and that, but you think, nah, no bother. But then I was thinking the other day, I used to just do things like that, and there's people addicted who can't survive without this.
Nah.
And it's like, where do you cross that line? When does it become you must? Do you know what I mean? It's like I never got to that stage. Well, I don't think I did. Where you're just constantly relying on this. It's not even a hat into know if you're addicted. You're just doing it because you've got to do it. Where's that line? Do you know what I mean? Aye, it's like I just thought the other day, where does this line come in? Where do you turn around and say to yourself, fucking hell, man, I'm hooked on this, or I just do it at the weekends. I still know people literally, these people can't go to an away game on a bus to football without gear. That's an addiction to me.
It is, know what I mean?
Do you know what I mean?
That side of it is definitely an addiction, know what I mean? It's I always say to people, listen, we could all suffer from disease of addiction, just don't test it.
Aye.
Know what I mean? Just don't test that. Like, I'm going to try and see if I've got that. Don't do that, know what I mean? Just don't do it.
Addiction comes in all forms, doesn't it? You could be addicted to the gym, you could be addicted to gear, you could be addicted to fucking Monster. You know what I mean? You can be addicted to anything.
So many things you can be addicted to, you know what I mean? And there's good things you can be addicted to, but it's still getting a balance on them, because I know people who are in recovery and who are addicted to the gym and they actually can't leave the gym. And it comes to find a balance, you know what I mean? Where you need to have rest and all that, you know what I mean? So everything is an addiction, you know what I mean? It's just how we control it and how we work it.
I think it's probably like a culture thing that now as well, because like so, you see people who you wouldn't expect to, like maybe people that's come from a good background and all that, and they're out like using as well. I think it's all to do with culture as well.
My eyes were open to it in London when we went down at the F company, and I couldn't believe it. The way it was getting passed about pubs and stuff like that, and people were doing lines of gear on the bar while getting served for a drink. I was like, what is this fucking
like Mickey Flanagan in it? What, are we live now?
But it was, that's what it was like. It was like, how is it? So it's so easy to go down that road. It's like people obviously, nobody frowns upon, you shouldn't frown upon addiction, as we've came to learn with guests we've had on. But it's like people are alcoholics that can't survive without drink, and it's like nobody really nobody looks at it the same way anymore, because there's this new addiction or there's this coming on, and it's like you can still go into a pub and drink yourself under a table, and nobody
just says it about or even looks at it.
Where it's now the new thing is, as I say, is you go and jump in the bus and you go to the football and all the boys get like lines of gear out and nobody cares.
It's just becoming
easy,
so normal in it, you know what I mean? Instead of like maybe years ago it was like, wow, what's he up to, you know what I mean? It's just like you said, so many people are doing it.
For me to go to London and see it, I was like, what the fuck's this? It's like people are just doing lines of gear. You come up the road and it's like people are still sneaking into the toilet, and at that point it was like,
do you know,
a big hit, know what I mean?
Tell you right, when I was going to games when I was a wee boy, I remember getting into the toilets at Ibrox and there was guys in the cubicle, and obviously you get into the cubicle, me as a wee guy, I thought, you're going in there for a shite, and they're like, I'm like, what the fuck, they must be smelling their shite. What the fuck? But I was a wee boy, what the fuck that smell like in there? I was like, I did on it, Frank, what's that smell like? That was them, and then two guys came out of the cubicle and I'm sitting there like that. That's two guys in the toilet and they're sniffing each other. What the fuck's going on here, man? Confused to fuck. Tell my dad's like, shut up, watch the game.
That's it.
See if somebody's like kind of watching this and it's maybe what you're saying's resonating on that, how do they, what would be the first step to completely
getting into the sort of recovery side of things, mate? That's what people don't obviously know. How do I get into that? Where do I go and all that? And I always say to people, see, because we've got into it these days, alright, and it's like, message me and I'll direct you any problems, but if you don't want to message me, just go into Google and type CA meetings, Cocaine Anonymous meetings in your area, and there'll be hundreds of meetings there. Hundreds of meetings over the city, every single day, all times that you can go to. And it's, I get it, it's very like, I'm not just walking into somewhere, I don't know anybody. I get that. You will be welcomed, know what I mean? You'll be hugged. You'll be, the newcomer is the most important person in the room, as they say, know what I mean? And it's like a big family, you know what I mean? Because I was the exact same, you know what I mean? I don't know, man, getting pure. People will look at me and people might be judging me and all that, and it's not that, you know what I mean? It's not that at all.
Good. If they're feeling like kind of self-conscious, can they take somebody along with
them? Of course they can. 100%. People are welcome if they're feeling, as you said, not I mean, a bit self-conscious and they don't really know and maybe just want a bit of support there, take somebody along with you. It's no problem. Doors are open. You know what I mean?
Happy days, man.
See, I think having you on as a guest is ideal for not changing things, but instead of talking about what we've all done and how we've all came here, it's like when we always days we sit and talk about somebody's story, their past, whatever, but then we've only got 10-15 minutes at the end to talk about
Aye.
how you get out of the other side of it, and it only takes 5 minutes to say to some or to tell somebody that you were addicted to something or your life was, you can do that, but to then tell everybody the story to get out of the other side, I think that's pivotal. I think that's the end goal it should be now, because we've already said with PTSD or mental health, it's what you talk about and how you deal with it at the end of it. It's like I can tell somebody that I've got PTSD in 10 seconds, but maybe 3-4 years ago, somebody
the answer they want is, how are you getting out of it?
Aye, what you doing?
How are you getting out of it? Because I'm sitting here at home, the edge of my seat, I want to know
How do we treat it?
How do we treat it? What happened? How do you go to the fellowship? Because I need to know this.
Aye, that's that. Know what I mean?
And for people to find out that a professional boxer was addicted to cocaine and drink and all that, and he was out doing all this stuff, and he's in the fellowship, he's sorting his life out. Maybe somebody's sitting there like, if he can do it, I can do it. Because I honestly do think that if somebody's interested in a sport, whether it be boxing or whatever, it's like if somebody's watching that and going, I can go and do that. I think that it helps, you know.
No,
I mean?
definitely.
Just with it, a certain personality going and doing stuff.
Definitely, and I think it's good with, like, obviously, as you said, like, because I'm an athlete, I'm not saying I'm in the limelight or anything like that, I'm just, maybe in certain times, you know what I mean? It's good for a lot, because there's a lot of athletes out there at high levels who are suffering with addiction or that, who don't want to come out because they think they're going to be judged, you know what I mean? And it's not going to work then, you know what I mean? It's not going to work, you're going to suffer with it, you know what I mean? You're going to suffer.
Aye. As you say, you're an athlete, you're fit, you're how, I don't know how to word that, you're in training now to be fighting, aren't you? So,
Yeah, basically.
so while you're doing that and you're on your path to recovery, it's like you don't put that to the side just because you're going boxing.
No.
Again, it's number one.
Aye, that illness needs to be treated. That my recovery comes before everything. Because if I don't have my recovery, you won't have me. My partner won't have me. My family won't have me. 100%. And that's the way I look at it. That's how serious I take it. Know what I mean?
Good,
I need to take it serious. Know what I mean?
Do you think training for this next fight is also part of the recovery process?
Oh, definitely. All this training I'm doing is just part of this recovery. Know what I mean? This is, I'm getting the good back because I'm putting the work in. Know what I mean? And is there going to be bad days? Of course there is. It's life, innit? Know what I mean? Is there going to be days I feel like shit or I don't want to go to the gym? Aye, but I'm going to get up and do it. Know what I mean? Because I know I've been given a second chance, be putting the work in. I've been given a second chance to go and do it, know what I mean? But it's not easy, know what I mean? It's not easy, know what I mean? Listen, to everybody out there who's wanting to get into recovery and that, it's not just you walk in the doors and you'll never ever use drugs again. No, it's no easy. There's a bit of work to be put in, but if you're willing, you'll get there. Know what I mean?
Right,
No, I know.
It was in comparison, obviously, like 22 months ago, and you were saying you've got your lows, and then you're having days where you're going down south, and as you say, you're training with the best fighters in the world. You must have like pure surreal moments of like contentness. Do you know what I mean?
Aye,
like,
of course,
this is where I should be.
It's where I should be. And it's good just reflecting back on like, because I was there before. Obviously, addiction that I was in amongst all that the greatness before. Know what I mean? And doing amazing things. So I get the wee moments of reflection, as you say. Know what I mean? Going, this is it again. I'm back. Know what I mean? And it makes me feel good. Know what I mean? Because that's what I love doing. Know what I mean?
Obviously, there's something I want to ask you about. I mean, we're not going to dwell on it, but if you Google your name, it comes up right away. Obviously, you spent time in a jail.
Yeah.
It's not. I'm not really wanting to get into how you got there, but it's more about time in there. When you're in a jail and you've been addicted to stuff, and you've been on this, you've been a professional boxer, you've had the limelight in front of you. You go to jail, and you go into this place. What's it like for a person like that? Is it? I mean, it must be a completely different world.
Aye, it is. Know what I mean? I've obviously known a lot of people who's been in prison. Know what I mean? I'm fair scheme. Know what I mean? So I've known a lot of my pals have been in prison. My brother's been in prison. Know what I mean? So just before me, so I had a wee bit of insight of what it was going to be like. Know what I mean? But if you don't know what you don't know, do you? Know what I mean? It's a totally different life, and you need to quickly adjust. Know what I mean? And you need to quickly adjust to that thing. I can't just wave the horn and go, right, I'm done now, can you let me out? And I had to do that quickly, because myself was gone, as soon as I got in there, it was, how did I get out here quicker? Know what I mean? Can I behave? Did I get it? And then I quickly realised, I'm here for the long run, Aston. You need to accept it, need to adjust, and just do your best, know what I mean? And be a good person in here, because that will go in your favour. I mean, I see boys in there just causing mayhem, and it doesn't do you any favours. You just get looked all day then. You don't get your phone calls, don't get your visits, all that stuff. I mean, don't get your canteen. Like, wow. just want to live an easier life in there, you know what I mean? It's just a mad place, to be honest with you, mate. It's mad. It's 100 mile an hour. You think the ski
Take your medicine and try and get.
It's 100 mile an hour, Jill, you know what I mean? It's full of good people, but full of maniacs as well, mate, you know what I mean? So you can imagine, in a confined space, everybody's going free for all.
Did anybody know who you were when you went in?
Aye.
Like not people you knew, just like you knew who you
no,
were.
a lot of people knew, and again, the day I get sentenced, it was in the paper the next day, and we all get the papers up there. The boys can buy the papers up there. So it's on that, as you said, it's in that thing, that article, boom. Oh, that's that, you hang me, do you know, such and such, and it was... So I got connected with a lot of people in there, obviously, through that, not in a bad way, in a good way as well. Some boys I know for the schemes and that, who aren't they? Because you've got a lot of addicts in jail, you know what I mean? A lot of criminals, but boys who I knew for certain schemes, who knew people I knew. So connected with a lot of people, a lot of boys who liked boxing and who liked the gym life and all that. So we got connected that way. So my time was alright in that sense, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But again, it's still jail, innit? It's still prison, you know what I mean? It's still locked up.
Did it ever go the other way? Where, obviously, I don't know, like, obviously people know you're a good boxer and all that. Like, did the end ever go like that? Oh, why? Go and test myself and try and start with you or something?
I had 2 incidents in there. I never ever hurt anybody or anything like that. I had 2 incidents. I had to basically put on a couple of boys, you know what I mean? Basically, check yourself out, man. You know what I mean? It'll get serious for you. And that wasn't me being that bully or anything like that. It was just, you always protect yourself, you know what I mean? Obviously, in prison, you can't show weakness.
Exactly.
Certainly can't show weakness in there. So I had a couple of incidents, but everybody sort of knew, you know what I mean? Good. But I was a respectful person, you know what I mean? I would show anybody love and respect, you know what I mean? As long as you show it back.
Well, see for what I've read about yourself, what I can see is somebody who has worked hard to get to where they were, made a mistake, they've took their medicine and they're trying to keep going forward.
That's it, mate.
So I always think you're for the scheme, right? We're all for the scheme.
Jordan's
You're a
for
good
McComb.
snob. See, like, you'd resonate with boys for the scheme. Like, they know that they can reach these goals because you've reached their goals.
Definitely.
They also know that if a mistake comes, it's not the end of the world. No. You can still go forward. And I think you're pushing that message across. And it's commendable because you're saying, I can keep going. I know that I've fucked up and I've fucked up big time. Paid my dues, took my medicine, and I'm still going for it.
Definitely.
So there's young boys who know, like, if they fuck up, they go, shit, that's it, life's done. I don't know where I can go. Take a look at yourself, keep going.
Wasn't going to let it defeat me. Does that make sense? Not me, because I did.
It's a good message.
See, when I came out of prison, I let it defeat me in a way. I went, I'm not going back to boxing, done with boxing. I spatted on it, know what I mean? Because of mine. I mean, I'm going to get into coaching because I'd never leave it. Went into coaching, too old now, blah, 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 all that stuff, know what I mean? Spatted on me. And then I realised, I went, what are you doing? You're letting it defeat you, because I always said I would leave on my terms in the game. When I decide I want to retire, that's when I retire. No, because of certain situations made me retire, know what I mean? And then obviously I applied for my licence, not back, and I managed to go it, and I've fought twice since then, know what I mean? So things are good, and it definitely, it's been challenging, but it's been rewarding.
Do you day training sessions as well for other people?
Well, see, before I got my licence back, I was just coaching. I was doing coaching all day, you know what I mean? And I still do help people out when I'm back, you know what I mean? Hot pads and all, because I'm quite good. I've got a good eye for the game, you know what I mean? A lot of people do say that. And it's something I'm definitely, once I do hang a gloves up, I'll get open my own gym and
I'll be your first client.
Okay.
That stupid fucking idiot. Sign me up for an MMA fight.
I don't know where you're getting.
I was sitting there, I can't remember, I think I was eating my fucking 3 double cheeseburgers or something like that, and an email come through. Thanks for signing up for an MMA fight.
Listen, you need to get a fight in.
That'll be a fighting name. Jordan 3 double cheeseburgers.
He's going to call out Bungard, so he needs to get a fight in before he does this.
People say I look like Chris Bungard.
No, you resemble him.
I resemble him, but listen, I think I'll probably choke him out, man.
That's amazing, man.
Oh, here we go. There we go.
But
I've got to ask you, see the licence, we getting it back. Was that hard to get back? Did you need to go through a lot of...
It took me over a year to get it back. And it's just because there's certain things you need to, again, open up and be honest to the board. You try and lie, they'll catch you, and then you'll never get a licence back, so I wasn't going to do that. So it took a while, mate. They had to get letters from my lawyer, make sure I had no outstanding charges. I'm on medication, obviously, for antidepressant stuff. They want to know about these things, know what I mean? Then you need to go through your full brain scan system again to make sure all that. it takes time. As much as you go, I can do that in a few days. You can, but the boxing, I'm not the main priority. The boxing board control, they're a massive business who are dealing with fighters, thousands of fighters out of the UK every single day. So I had to just, again, swallow a wee bit of medicine at times and go, I just need to wait until it happens. But it did, it happened, mate, you know what I mean? And I've been back in the ring twice since. So
I think the one that I wanted to ask you about was, see when you were younger and you were training, getting like, amateur fights, what was it feeling like getting that phone call saying you're on Team GB? What was that like? That'd be like a Scotland call up, wasn't it?
Aye, it was, because it was after the Commonwealth Games, so 2010, the Commonwealth Games, and then going into 2011, I went down for trials. You need to go to trials for Team GB, and Josh Taylor was already on the squad for after the commies because he won silver. And it was, I got a trial. So you do a week of trials, and then obviously it's like, right, have I done good enough? Then you go home and you need to just sit and wait. And I was actually not well at the time. I had like tonsillitis and that, and I got the phone call saying, you're on the squad, you know what I mean? And I was like, wow, man, this is every amateur boxer's dream, is to be part of Team GB, because your next goal was to be an Olympian. You know what I mean? That, on Team GB, the goal was Olympic Games, you know what I mean? And you kind of get that's the pinnacle of amateur boxing, is Olympic Games, you know what I mean? And I have an opportunity to be a part of that process. Unbelievable, mate, you know what I mean? And something, obviously, will live with me forever, won't it? And I can tell the grandkids.
See when you got the phone call, right? What did you do? Because I personally, I know that I'd remember that day for the rest of my life if I got that. What were you doing? Other than just tonsillitis?
Tonsillitis, mate. I was like, wow, I phoned my mum, I phoned my dad, and obviously people in the game know what it means, but you want the dad know what it means, but like, I know what it meant. I went, I'm going to go and train with the
I phoned my bud that I had in first year. Remember you said I was going to be nothing? Fuck off!
I was going to be nothing.
Team GB,
Aye, it was just so real, mate, but it was amazing. Then it was like, right, you need to be doing on Friday. You start your Team GB. You're going to stay here. You're a paid athlete now. And that was again the thing. You signed the contract to be a paid athlete. Amateur boxers don't get paid. No, you're on Team GB. You don't get paid. But I was going to be a paid athlete. I was going to get paid to do my job.
Was the training different? Was it like dedication and that different?
Aye, so at the beginning on the development squad, you're doing there every second weekend, like from Thursday to Monday, you know what I mean? And then obviously it was quite soon after that I got on the podium squad, obviously doing good, you know what I mean? And then you're doing there Monday to Thursday every single week. So it's a full-time job, Sheffield and back. So you've only got the weekends to see your people recover, back on the Monday for the World Championships, European Championships, all these massive tournaments coming up, you know what I mean? Training 3 times a day. It was a lifestyle, an amazing lifestyle, and one I appreciate more now than I did at the time. So I was young and it was like complaining about it at times, you know what I mean? Oh, it's just hard.
Life, innit?
It's life, you know what I mean? It's
you're in the moment like fucking shit.
And I speak, that's it. And I speak to Josh and I speak to the boys and that, and we talk about it at times that we didn't appreciate it as much as we do now, because we're not there anymore.
What would you do to get?
We always say, man, good to go back for a week, wouldn't it, and train for a week together. I mean, the fighters in that gym at the time was crazy. You had Big Anthony Joshua, Fowler, Joe Cordina, Josh Taylor, me, Charlie Edward, all the boys, know what I mean? Because that's fact, like this squad of fighters is elite. Luke Campbell was there, know what I mean? Tom Stockert, like an elite squad of fighters just training, but nobody really seen each other is any different than just each other, know what I mean? It wasn't like, oh, he's amazing, or he's the best. It was just, we're all just one, know what I mean? Chasing a dream, know what I mean?
It shows you how lives can go different paths so quick, doesn't it?
Oh, definitely.
As the names you rhymed off there, you're like fucking hell, but yet you've had to come up, battle a few demons and then start again, effectively. It's mad how life can just fucking
that's
take a mad turn, innit?
You know what I mean? And I sort of live life on life's terms a day, you know what I mean? And maybe my life is set out to pass a different... the boxing thing, but another message as well, your recovery message, you know what I mean? My life is obviously set out to be that way, you know what I mean? And obviously I got given a second chance and I'm here speaking to you guys, you know what I mean? So I can pass the message on. As you said, the other guys are maybe world champions or whatever, but everybody's paths are set a wee bit different, you know what I mean? And I'll accept that today. You know what I mean?
But so I think, to me, speaking to you now, and kind of the vibe I get is you're in your own headspace now as well. Do you know what I mean? You know where you're at. Some of these guys might have not even cracked that yet. They might retire and the next thing they know they've not got a clue where they are and what they're doing. You've sorted yourself out, and to me,
you'll be getting phone calls. What the fuck's happening?
Exactly, of course. And as I said, it doesn't matter how famous you are, how rich you are, whatever, it can keep up on you, as you said. You know what I mean? They might just be in that so fast our life happening now, making money, what in world, and then as you said, retiring, it's like, the demons are coming in, know what I mean?
Michael Bisping says that. He's like, he doesn't, as big as I got, there was never a peace in my mind. And I've never found peace in my mind. And I always thought to myself, fuck you, Matt, have I got that? Have you? Like, it's what you want, innit? You just want to be able to get up in the morning, as you says, even if that means you've got to pass a test every morning to keep you away from addiction, then that's what you've got to do. And if you're doing that every day, you're in your own headspace.
Exactly.
Because there's times I thought myself, you know what I mean? Some mornings I can't be bothered, and that's you. I'm not in mine.
No. That's the demons, isn't it? Know what I mean? Coming in and trying to get you to sit in your asses every day. Know what I mean? Doing nothing. So they can win.
But I was just thinking, let's see when you were going through that. Sorry to go back to it, but was that about the time where Tyson Fury was going through his comeback and all that?
Run about similar times, the story, because a lot of people do not match up the stories, but say, I like it's good. I line it a bit, know what I mean? It was run about the similar times, know what I mean? Obviously, Tyson struggled with his demons, didn't he? As we all know, because he's in the limelight, so we all hear about it, know what I mean? And sometimes, it's difficult because if I'm not in the limelight or somebody else, nobody hears about it then. So you're just battling it yourself, know what I mean? As soon as he came out, then he can get people reaching out to him to get the help, know what I mean? But we can all get that, know what I mean? We just need to.
Here's the thing with Tyson Fury, like you're saying, he's in the limelight, everybody's talking about it. But see, to bring it right back to bare roots, and you see one of your own going through it, and one of your own beating it, you're like, do you know what? I can fucking beat this. I'm going to fucking beat this.
Of course, definitely, mate, 100%.
Because it's doable.
No, it is doable, know what I mean? You just need to be willing. You know what I mean? People struggle with that, like, because I speak to a lot of people, young boys, and I dig deep in them and go, listen, are you willing? And they go, I'm willing. I go, no, you really want to gear this up? Are you on your knees and you're ready to surrender? Know what I mean? And some people make it and some people don't, know what I mean? And that's just the way it is, know what I mean? And that's out of my control, but
like you're saying, maybe them people are just at that stage where they want to in their head, but they can't. You know they're going to relapse. And
that's the thing, it's like, it will defeat you, but has it defeated you? Because I've been defeated so many times with addiction. Well, I thought I had been defeated, but I'd go back out and use again. It hadn't defeated me to the extent I felt, to the way I felt the last time I used. And it wasn't even the worst time I used. You know what I mean? It defeated me. I didn't know what I live anymore. And I've had it a couple of times from my own life, know what I mean, through addiction. But this time it's different. It felt different, know what I mean? And see when something feels different and gives you that shock and that your fear, it's like, I better do this or I'm not going to be here anymore. And I've got a young daughter, I've got lovely people around about me, family, friends, partner. Know what I mean? It's not worth it, know what I mean? And I'm not to put for them through that anymore.
See, my kind of dealings with what I commit suicide, no, I think it scared me when I was closest to it. It was when I came out the other side, it was looking back as if it wasn't me, it was in the driving seat. Do you know what I mean? And it's you're helpless.
You're helpless, mate. You're powerless. You're powerless, know what I mean?
And how many times is people done that, and as people commit suicide, I'm sick of hearing the whole that's a coward's way out and that. I don't care what you say, it's got to take some fucking amount of balls. But the amount of people, I always think, I wonder if they actually really wanted to do that, or it was just they were at that point where you were at, but you made a decision to say, no, fuck this, I'm going to go fix that. And they've just made a split second decision, and fucking that's how fucking easy it can be. Do you know what I mean?
That's how
gives me the fear, man.
It really gives me the fear as well through, as you said, suicide, addiction. It can be just that one choice, know what I mean? Or that was just that split second, and it's over. Know what I mean? It's over, man.
It's a really bad day.
A permanent solution to a temporary problem.
That's it. Know what I mean?
And hearing a people, all these people, it's sad to say it, but the statistics are horrendous. Not just in men, in general, of your generation. It's fucking mental. But I think now we're coming through the other side. But Aston, yourself, you've got a journey now that people will look at, and I think there's a lot more people taking these journeys. They're going for help and they're getting help. Maybe 2 years ago that wasn't happening, and that's how we've got these statistics. We've got. I'm not saying it's slowing the stats down, because it isn't, but I just think a lot more people are willing to take a path to recovery, or reach out and say, can you help me? I feel like that's...
Do you think it's maybe going back the other way again? Because you've got these people, like, I'm not saying specifically Andrew Tate, I don't dislike him, but we've got people who are saying men should be men, like, just fucking
that kills me.
Go on with it. And it's not as easy as that all the time, isn't it?
So you're telling me, we'll use Aston as an example, right? Somebody who's willing to get into a ring, go toe to toe with anybody, isn't he a man because you've reached out and you've went on a path to recovery? That's what they're saying, do you know what I mean? You're like, shut the fuck up.
That's crazy. It's crazy, that attitude towards it, you know what I mean? And as you said, that does
And he's probably sitting in there shouting at himself in a mirror, fried out. He's not, because you look at him, he's not there. He's twitching every day, you know what I mean? And I don't know, I was very, very ashamed to ask for help. I was embarrassed. I was actually gutted that I had to go, but I'm fucking so glad I did.
That's the acceptance you were talking about, but like you need help.
Aye, fucking right.
And the thing is, it's what's happening there is your ego's coming into play, innit? I don't need to ask anybody, I'll deal with this myself. I'm my man, all that stuff, you know what I mean? And I've done it for years. Asking, do you feel alright today? I feel brand new, but internally I was dying, you know what I mean? I just didn't want to live anymore. Nobody would have known, you know what I mean, until obviously I opened up.
Probably with backgrounds as well, because you're doing the combat sports. We've been to war and all that kind of stuff. It's in that line of work you're not supposed to be weak, do you know what I mean? And like, your heat that you probably turn back up. I
know with heats it's like, oh, I'm showing weakness here. When it's no, you know what I mean? It actually takes a bigger person to turn around and go, I need help, I think. You know what I mean? I think that's pure strength for somebody.
Definitely.
You know what I mean? Male or female to come out and go, I'm struggling now. You know what I mean? Because it takes some set of balls to do that, you know what I mean?
I agree, man.
I mean, combat athletes, as you said, very similar to soldiers, firefighters, anybody that's kind of really in that line. It's like the discipline, because you've been taught that discipline. You're trying to tell yourself, don't need that. I'm all right. I'm sound, as you says, and then it just takes one stupid, as we says, one split second, and you've made the wrong decision. And I know you could have said, you don't need to go and make it public. You could just speak to your pal innit, or speak to somebody that's close to you, things like that. I do think it's happening a wee bit more. I know what you're saying, Jordan, but I think people are more willing to ask for help now, especially when you've got people who are like combat athletes, footballers, whatever. People coming out and saying, I struggle and I'm going to get help. New people, I genuinely think people are asking. Not enough, but I still think it's a wee bit more positive than it was maybe a year ago or something. But it's still, the stats are still horrendous.
So even, I mean, we're talking about Tyson Fury, but when he was coming back, he says the thing that gave him the fire in the belly was hearing Wilder talk about him. He says, oh, he's just a down and out, he's a coke addict and that, like he'll never be in again. And that was what gave him that fire in his tank. But was there anything like that? It got you going? It
was just not necessarily like that, know what I mean? Because again, he's in the public eye, you know what I mean? And you can get that. It was more just, I had to live a day, because I've got a wee girl, know what I mean, that I've not seen in 5 years, know what I mean? And I need to live for her today, and I need to live for my partner and my family, know what I mean? Because I know how much they all love me and how much I love them. I need to live a day. I need to live a day for myself as well, know what I mean? That was my thing, know what I mean? Just into like for me, know what I mean? I need to do it.
Do you mind if I ask about your wee girl?
I know, you go, mate.
You say you've not seen her in 5 years?
Aye.
What's the story behind that?
So I split up with my ex-partner, and she basically stopped contact, you know what I mean? And again, I'm not going to go and slag my ex-partner, you know what I mean? Because we're going through court proceedings and all that, you know what I mean? And there's always like two sides of the story and truth, you know what I mean? All that stuff. But and then she stopped me seeing her, and I was in addiction. I was addicted. That was an active addiction, sorry, at the time, you know what I mean? So rightly so at times, you know what I mean? I think it's rightly so then. Then I went to prison, hadn't seen her obviously for the time I was in prison, came out, and then I started court proceedings. And how long the court proceedings take hurts me today, you know what I mean, for this stuff.
It's long.
So I got a wee bit of contact with her through contact centre, you know what I mean? But she was scared to come in, and she was upset and all that. She's only 9, you know what I mean? So
must be frightening for a win.
Aye, because you'd not seen me for so many years, you know what I mean? And maybe heard certain things about me and all that, you know what I mean? But I done an amazing relationship with my daughter up until she was 5-year-old, you know what I mean? 4, sorry. It's just a difficult time, because it's like, I'm not getting to see her, she's not seeing me, there were certain things she'd have heard, you know what I mean? And the contact didn't go great, so they asked me to make a decision in court. It was basically like, the contact's not going great, alright? She's upset every time she's come to see you. We can keep it going now if you want, or we can give her a break, you know what I mean? I'm not going to make my wee daughter go into a situation she's upset. Never. So I had to swallow it, mate. I swallowed it in court and went, do you know what, give her a break now, you know what I mean? It was supposed to be a 3-month break, but that's been 7 months ago, you know what I mean? So it's like,
Do you know what? See you in time. See when she gets older and she realises.
That's it, mate.
She'll see that you actually made that decision for her best interest. So
and that's the thing, it's like
a healing
acceptance
process,
in it as well. It's like, because at the time I was like, no, I'm missing it in too much of her life. I need to see the now and now. Do you know the day I'm just like, do you know what? I'll get to see her and it'll be in her time, you know what I mean? And when everything, it's in God's hands, you know what I mean? It'll play out. I just need to keep doing the right things today, you know what I mean? Just, we'll go through the court proceedings, you know what I mean? Hopefully we can come to some sort of agreement and we can, again, ease her back into maybe seeing me, because she's not seen me so many years, she's only a kid, you know what I mean? So it's going to be frightening, it's going to be scary, and I understand that. Does it hurt? Of course it does, you know what I mean? I'm only a man, you know what I mean? It's my wee girl. I seen pictures of her all day in Halloween, and I'm like, wow, she's grown up. See that thing in it? Oh, she's grown up too fast, I need to see her now. But that's not the way it is today, you know what I mean? I just need to wait and be patient, you know what I mean? And I'll get it.
That's some amount of strength that you can no switch up. But see, if you thought about every second, every day, you'd absolutely
I terrorise myself, mate, you know what I mean? As I said, like, every single day, look at my phone, she's there, I see her, screensaver's her, you know what I mean? And I smile for it, I smile with it, because how beautiful she is, you know what I mean? I love her so much. And one day, she will be in my life. And as you said, I could be a few years' time. I'm alright with that today, but I'm alright with that today. As long as it happens, I'm alright with that today. And I know what will happen if I keep doing the right things today. See, if I'm still doing all that mad stuff, being an active addiction and prison or whatever, it's not going to happen then. Because it doesn't deserve to happen then, you know what I mean?
If you were still that guy, 5 years down the line when you became this guy,
you know what I mean?
I've just wasted fucking 5 years.
Exactly.
Now you're on that path where in 5 year time you could, I'm just saying 5 year, in 5 year time you could be at that point where she's there.
Exactly, mate. Know what I mean?
If you were still that guy, it's
never going to happen. Know what I mean?
Always be at the starting line.
Always be at the starting line and never ever try to fix it, know what I mean? And make it better, because it's all about her anyway.
Time is a healer,
know what I mean? Time is a healer, mate. That's it, know what I mean? And in good time it'll happen.
See, we're talking about fire in the belly. I think that's your fire in the belly.
Definitely.
That is, mate. That is, exactly. I didn't even mention that. That's my fire in the belly. She's my fire in the belly every single day, you know what I mean? She knows me as a boxer as well. Because when she was 4-year-old and that, I remember her saying like, Dad, you got to boxing, this and that, seeing pictures, fights and all that, you know what I mean? Because I was obviously, I was boxing then, you know what I mean? So she does know. I sent her some pictures recently in my last fight and that, and what a wee note in it, you know what I mean? Saying, Dad might be in a terrorist soon and all that, you know what I mean? So just reminding her of me, you know what I mean? Gently, you know what I mean? Just so she keeps reminding herself, mate, so when it does come to contact, just know, this is a stranger, you know what I mean? She remembers her dad.
See, after talking to you, and like you're obviously showing a daughter, like you're fighting these big massive fights and that. I remember doing a punch bag in front of my son and he laughed at us. My fringe must have been flapping about or something.
Did you not do a video about me today?
Mate, the forward roll was bang on. I swear to God.
Freestanding punch bags in the room, see when you put standing water in, and then they work. I actually forgot to do it. I drove away back up to work and I printed out big A4 copies of his face and fucking pasted it. See, before I come up here, man. I spat in its face and everything.
Hands alright?
A bit sore now. I've been dipping them in fucking sand and alcohol.
Right. Oh, it's like
hot shots, dipping them in nails and that.
Aye, see another thing, see that powder I've been using in my hair? I'm done with it, man.
Show the camera.
No, I'm not getting close.
Zoom in.
I honestly thought you'd come in. I didn't know what I said. I thought it'd been because you were talking about getting your hair tattooed. I thought you got it tattooed.
I'm still waiting on a big shout out fucking So Scalp on Westbrook Hall Street. Does anybody that wants their hair tattoo, would you call it pigmentation or something like that? Will make your hair look deeper and darker and that. Big shout out to him.
Where have you done it to you?
I'm trying to work for eBay, man.
So I will for you. What are you going to say?
I know. So I stuck a wee bit of fucking, it was sticky and I went to powder that stuff on.
See that?
And it's stuck to my fucking thigh feet.
See that? But it's not about you tonight, Jordan, so shut up. No, you're saying, obviously, there's been years, obviously, you've not seen your daughter, but as we were talking about earlier, I think you're well within your own head. I can just get it that you're there, you know where you're going, and that's just all part of the journey, isn't it? It's going to come, and you're fighting now, so it's like, she knew her dad a boxer growing up, and you're still a boxer.
Oh, of course, that's it, mate. No, I mean,
you made a couple of mistakes. Like we all did, do you know what I mean? So what? And we kind of this discussion. We don't want to go into that in this podcast. We want to talk about the good things, the positive, the happy things in life. Because
who won the Tyson Fury and Ngannou fight for you?
in Ghana.
Aye.
Definitely,
Easy,
aye.
man. Easy. How the fuck did he win that?
Was Tyson
What do you
Fury
mean? You seen the size of him?
Who's done a
Oh,
day?
you mean
How the fuck did
Tyson Fury done a
win
day?
that?
No,
He's
I-
done a day, enough.
He just didn't even look interested.
Aye, exactly. And
Aye.
you can't just win a fight if you're not looking interested. I can get 40 million quid for it. Come on, know what I mean?
No,
But
they're
see-
talking about
But
him.
see, he was out of ring for about, was it a year or something he was out of ring? Like, I don't know, you'll know better. Like, obviously, for your kind of absence of effort, see your first fight back, was it not pure rusty?
Aye,
Did you feel
you're
rusty,
rusty.
aye?
Even though you're doing all the work in the gym, now, it takes you a couple of rounds to get back into it. But for a guy at him, know what I mean, should be being there
Oh, I
and
know.
doing a job on that guy. Know what I
Should be
mean?
finished. It should never go the distance.
Know what I mean?
I think there
That
was
was-
inflation.
It's crazy.
Wow.
But
I think
I've
he
got a
was
lot of respect for that guy in Ghana because I didn't know anything about him. I knew he was a UFC fighter, but in boxing ability wise, had no clue.
Aye, he
He
was
was
decent.
actually a lot better than I thought he would be.
Aye,
know what I mean?
he surprised
100%.
me.
Surprised me.
It
mate,
really
aye.
surprised me. I thought it was going to be all sorts of wrestling. And
Aye.
all that. I thought, well, here we go. This is going to be one of them.
What is it with you?
It's every time, mate, he puts the UFC on, he's like, I'm on down and watch this. Every time, it's just guys
No,
with
that
dicks in each
happens,
other's
but-
faces, man. Like, just stand up
No,
and fight.
that happens. See when you get somebody in for the UFC, it ends up a hugging match. See when you're sitting in your cell, it's a slobber knocker.
That's what they're doing, they're slobber knocking.
Listen, you can't, man. You were a boxer. You've got to understand. It's an art, mate. It's many arts put together.
It's a Kama Sutra. The punching.
Fuck's sake.
That's what it is.
And I'll do that fight.
Aye.
Sign me up.
Would you think of Jake Paul? Right, I like him.
Nah, no my cup of tea, mate. No my sort of guy. You know, I'm hardcore boxing.
What do you think of the whole protecting the fighters, though? I think he's got to be commended for that.
Aye.
He's like, what was that, Dana White? He's only paying his fighters fucking buttons.
20 grand or something.
And they've got their own
No
medical
insurance
fucking
as well,
insurance and all
innit?
that.
They're all insured for $1 million minimum now and stuff like that, which is
Aye. Which is
just fair
definitely in it,
shout,
know what I mean?
I think that's commendable. You've got to take your hat off to
Oh,
somebody like that
definitely.
because he's actually looking out for the person. He's not just seeing pound signs
Aye.
and a guy.
Aye.
He's looking out for the person, saying, right, like, is it
Aye.
like Mike Towell when he passed away? Like, you knew him, didn't you?
aye, Mikey Till.
So that could have been completely different if the money was there. If somebody was there to protect the fighter, do you know what I mean?
It's a sad thing, innit? Know what I mean?
That's how I respect boxers, fighters, UFC fighters, right? Because every time you step through their ropes, it's one lucky
it's-
punch and you
They're
can
going to war,
Aye,
like,
it's-
innit?
and-
It's- you don't
signing
know
a blank
what's at
check,
war.
ain't
Aye, and people think that boxers get paid all this mad money. Wow, you're so far for the truth, mate. You know what I mean? It's
Aye.
not until you get to that pinnacle, then you're making some serious money. But see, before then, man, you're no fighting for much money. You know what I mean? As you said, you're putting your life on like every single time you go in that ring. You know what I mean?
You're getting told this is what you're going to get, and then when you get that money, you'll go, but that guy needs some, and then
Aye.
that guy needs some, and that guy
Oh, and
needs some.
everything
The
gets
next
shipped
year,
off at
maybe
you.
less than a week's
Aye,
wage. You're like,
that's
what
it.
the fuck?
It is. Know what I mean?
You know
Definitely.
what I cunt kicked
Do you know
him
what
for
I think's bogging and all? See, I don't know much about boxing promoters, right? But what I do know is they're all fucking millionaires and they're representing these boxers that are maybe getting, 10, 15 grand to be on Sky Sports and whatever.
Aye.
But then they're paying that out. It's like,
Then the
what
promoter's
fucking
sitting there
year
with
is
turkey
this?
teeth.
Aye, but what year is this? And how many people, everybody, see there's a big fight, everybody watches it. Everybody watches it. So it's like, how are these,
on the fire stick.
aye.
Aye, it's good.
Allegedly. Allegedly, no, we'll pay for it. You've got a TV licence anyway, haven't you? You fucking bambo. What was it you said to me, come out my car, I'll be voting Tory from now on?
I swear I will.
That's what I
swear I will.
No, but
shots fired, yeah.
everybody watches these fights, so where it's like, and you get Frank Warren and that, it's like sitting there in the best of gear all the time, and you're just like, aye mate, you're just a fucking robbing bastard.
You couldn't picture him actually having a fight, couldn't you know, Frank Warren?
I
Could you
don't, know,
picture
I
him
don't
in the
really know anything about him, but I know he's a boxing promoter, but I don't know anything about him. Is he a bit rough? Is he a nutter?
Man, the old school, isn't he? Bit back
Is
in
he?
the day, London, aye. You know what I mean?
Actually, he's probably owns a pig farm.
Aye.
One of them ones. But aye, so while we're on a subject of talking boxing, what is next for you? Where's Aston Brown going?
I was looking to get back out in the ring before the new year, December time. Couple of fights supposed to be lined up. They didn't happen for whatever reasons out of my control, you know what I mean? So it's looking like the new year now, February time. Hopefully on Josh Taylor's homecoming, you know what I mean?
Brilliant. That'd be amazing.
So, aye mate, and I'm just going to keep tuning away. I'm aiming for because I'm based in Liverpool obviously, but I'm aiming now. I'm moving to a new property, me and my partner, so I've got a few things going on, but I'm still every single day in the gym basically. I mean, I
Is
don't
your
leave the gym.
partner Scouse? She was
No, she's here. She's a boxer as well.
Aye.
My partner's a boxer, amateur boxer now. She's brilliant, man.
So don't be cheeky now.
So mate, again, we live the same life. Know what I mean? She's in the gym every day, I'm in the gym every day.
That's what you need, isn't it?
Aye, that's it.
Well, it fits, doesn't it?
It fits, mate. It fits, know what I mean? So but the new year I'll be back out and then hopefully have a massive 2024, some big fights, know what I mean? And see what happens there, know what I mean? Just one day at a time with me, one day at a time.
We were talking about the kind of your lows and all that, but see, we were talking about you'd trained down in Liverpool and stuff with Liam Smith and everybody doing there. You had a big part of his first win, didn't you?
Aye, against Chris Eubank. I was basically a main sparring partner for that fight. We'd done all the sparring for the camp, had some amazing spars, as his brother said, he'd paid to watch it, know what I mean? And he went and done the damage.
Man. He's fast, man.
Aye. Went and done the damage, didn't he, know what I mean? Done him easy. I know the second fight didn't go to plan, but there was reasons behind that. But I was the same. I was a sparring partner for the second fight as well. Know what I mean? Just stylistically, I worked for them as well with the height of Eubank, the reach, similar to mine. Know what I mean? And that's what you're doing in the training camps. You'll always try and bring somebody in at that level who can match up to your opponent. Know what I mean?
Were you told to kind of try and imitate like Eubank's fighting style and stuff?
Some things he done.
Aye.
Keep my style, but throw certain shots that we knew Eubank would throw, the uppercut and that through the middle, especially in the first camp. Know what I mean? So I was told to do that. It was amazing, man. It was amazing. What an experience, know what I mean? For me as well. And then that was after that, that's how I joined the camp, know what I mean? Because I just connected with the people, connected with them, connected with the coaches, know what I mean? And felt this is a place for me to see out my career, know what I mean, down here.
Everybody was tuned into that and all, weren't they? Especially the second fight, obviously. Actual Eubank was fucking a hero of mine growing up, but see now, I can't stand him because he's boy.
They're not my favourite. They're not my cup of tea.
Growing up, he was genuinely, I loved the guy, but
That's
see
because
now,
of driving trucks, wasn't it?
Aye.
Like
You drive trucks, I know, you fucking weird though.
Fucking, I'll do it for a living. You've got a book, you fucking a scanny feet, blah, 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 blah.
Do you like scanning, man? Like a Volvo.
Oh, he's Volvos, isn't it?
I just think that truck's a truck.
Why are we talking about trucks here? We're talking about boxing and you're talking about trucks.
Chris Eubank drove it.
No, but what I was saying is, there's another guy that's not living in his own heat. I don't care what anybody says, he's on planet Janet.
Aye, but think about the grief he's just come through and all.
That's what I'm saying. He's not. We were talking earlier about people only living in their own heat, they're not in their own space, and he's one of them. But he's out there putting a spectacle on in front of cameras, and we've all just
what I will say is good about Chris Eubank Senior. There was a fight his boy was in. I can't remember the opponent.
Flung a towel in.
Aye, the referee wouldn't stop it.
Aye,
and they wouldn't fling the towel in. Was that man? Aye, and Eubank Senior's like, stop hitting him in the head. Said to his boy, stop punching him in the head. This referee has to stop this fight.
And Nick ended up suffering a brain injury after that fight.
And Eubank Senior, stop hitting him in the head because you're got to damage. This fight should be stopped. And hat off to him for that. That's like you're saying when you've got the eye and you can see it.
No, you can see it. And Eubank Senior was in the same situations with a few fighters. You know what I mean? He ended up, an opponent of his end up obviously. I mean, a bad brain injury, not so. As you said, you could see it. Know what I mean? But well, no, my cup of tea. The dad was an absolute legend. Know what I mean? What a fighter. Know what I mean? Came up the hard way. Know what I mean? And then people look at the son, I think, but you've just been given everything, and then you've come into boxing and all that stuff. Listen, his son's a good fighter. I mean, he can fight. He can fight. He proved that in the second fight with Liam. But again, being in the camp and that, I know it went wrong. Liam's weight was wrong. He had a back injury and all that. So that all plays part in a massive fight like that. I think the first fight you seen 100% Liam Smith and what he can do. You know what I mean? I think that was the exact same Chris Eubank. Shape wise, everything, the injuries, perfect. He's an athlete, you know what I mean? In the second fight, it's just Liam Smith came in 20% and he just done a job on him, don't you know what I mean?
The first thing, and I'm not saying it for obvious reasons, but the first one was like Rocky and Creed. It was, wasn't it? The first fight, that's why I remembered it. I was like, he's not meant to do this, and it was just going Liam's way, you know what I mean?
No, definitely.
That was class.
It must be hard for see knowing how big that fight's anticipated for the second one, and then Liam's coming into it and he knows he's got a back injury. I see all the pressure must start.
I had like 8 weeks of training. Lose all the weight in that time as well. Like, you don't want to be losing weight in that time. You want to go into camp already fit and on good weight. He had to just start the camp then. Like unfit with a back injury, couldn't train, couldn't run, do all the things you'd start. Obviously, they wish they didn't take the fight now, but it was obviously legal. There was legal stuff in play and all that. He had to take the fight, you know what I mean? But he'll be back, you know what I mean? He'll be back, definitely. He's too good a fighter not to be back.
Aye.
What I think would be good is like being in a position yourself and you've done the sparring and then you get to go to the fight and you get to see all the work that you've been putting in right there and you're like,
it's all
get
playing
them
it.
up on us, because I done that.
Aye. No, it was good. It was a surreal experience, you know what I mean, being involved in that camp, because I've been about a lot of things, but I'd never been involved in a camp for such a serious fight, because it was a massive fight, wasn't it, Eubank? And the first one was massive, you know what I mean? Like, you're involved in this and to get it right, you know what I mean? So I had a job today as well. I mean, you can't go in and give him shit work.
No,
you go in and give him 100% every single time. I mean, you're doing 8 and 10 rounds with a guy who's fought Canelo, been a world champion, you know what I mean? Fought one guy, fought all the best fighters in the world.
That's sparring. It's a sparring session for him, but it's a title fight for you, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. Every single time it's a title fight for me, but I can switch on like that. That's the thing, you know what I mean? I can raise my game when I need to, you know what I mean? Because I know you can't be half-hearted with these guys. I think you'll have an off day because, you know what I mean, you'll get hurt, you know what I mean? Especially at that level. You know what I mean? That's always why I think I'm at that level.
Having that mindset is like, it's going to help you with recovery.
No,
Because
definitely.
having that mindset is saying, this isn't going to beat me. I'm in this and I'm in it for a long run. This is the result that I'm going to get. It's like seeing the goal before you go for it.
Oh, definitely.
I think it's karate.
Aye. You'd need to nail me at the flare, you know what I mean? I always say that to people, for what I've sort of came through in life, and that's not being me, look at me. I'm just saying, like, you'll not be able to break me in the ring, trust me, because I choose to do this. I mean, I enjoy this sport. You'll not be able to break me in here, you know what I mean? This is my playing field, but you'll need to nail me to the flare. And if you do, fair play. You know what I mean?
That's your therapy in there, isn't it? That's you getting in to heal yourself. And who's going to stop you doing that?
Exactly. Nobody.
That's class.
Do you think with you been doing it with Liam and that, and obviously like, being pals with Josh and whatever, do you think that's maybe counterproductive on trying to get you a fight?
Aye.
Do you know, because people will see who you're training with.
Definitely, it will help me and be next year, I think, we're getting in bigger shows and bigger fights, you know what I mean, and putting me in the right path to where I want to be. You know what I mean?
Has it hindered you, with no getting certain fights because of who you've been in camps and that way?
No so far, because it's quite new. I've not been doing there for a massive amount of time, you know what I mean? It's still new. I've been doing there for a long time, but no like years and years, you know what I mean? So, but I always see these guys just a positive. They can help you, you know what I mean? Because they're big stars in the game, you know what I mean? They know the promoters, you know what I mean? If you're in amongst their camp and you're a part of their team, everybody can help each other, you know what I mean? And I'm not doing there just to get the help. I'm doing there because I'm a quality fighter, you know what I mean? That's what the coaches seen me, because they wouldn't have took me on if they didn't. You know what I mean? They're dealing with world champions every single day. They're not just taking on average fighters, you know what I mean?
It's like a boxer's form of networking, innit? Getting your name out. It's like boxers LinkedIn, innit?
Aye, that's it, exactly.
I think, see, like, obviously, the kind of, it's not even fair to call it mistakes, because it's just things that happened in life, your past. Do you think this is maybe, I know we said earlier, do you think that's maybe the path you're meant to take? But do you think if everything went different, you would maybe not be doing this now? Like if everything went rosy and great, straight after Commonwealth Games or whatever, and you had made this path that they'd all made, do you think it might have ended earlier? It might just not be here now.
I do think that, no, I mean, I do think that, because I think I know a lot more through my life experiences now, and I'm a lot more smarter, know what I mean? Like age, know what I mean, becomes a wisdom a wee bit, know what I mean? I think I'm a lot more smarter through the life experiences, through recovery, through addiction, through all that stuff, know what I mean? And I make better choices a day. But I might have not made the choices if I was, as you said, it was just a plain sailing run, know what I mean? It could have hurt me right now, as you said, like, maybe it would have been over and it would have been, all that stuff would have been starting now. All the demons would have been starting right now if it all went smooth, you know what I mean? So I'm grateful in a way, you know what I mean, that I can start it now, because I'm still young enough, you know what I mean, to get it back, you know what I mean, and do it right.
Do you think that's kind of how Scott Harrison went? He went right to the top.
There was nothing hindered him. It was right there, wasn't it?
Right to the top, and he got to the top, and there wasn't a next step, and it was just a downward spiral, and it was so well documented because he was such a high profile fighter.
And that's the thing as well. It's like,
and having to deal with all that and all.
When fighters retire, especially if you go boom, top, millions, famous star, you're talked about every single day, and it's retired, you're not spoken about when you're retired. Certainly, it's the same as football now. You're not talking about it, you know what I mean? A lot of fighters getting a punch and all that, but even that isn't still giving you that high that in the gym every single day
Oh, the
chasing a fight.
spotlight's not on you.
Aye, spotlights not on
Unless
you.
you're Carol Frotch who fought in front of 80,000 fans.
Aye.
I don't know if you know that, but you did.
It's like that, innit? It's, I mean, you're not in the spotlight anymore, you're not spoke about, know what I mean? And it's even when you fight, see, like the week after the fight, you still are speaking about it. Even a low profile fight, you still got a buzz about it. I'm telling you right now, see, I always get a crash after a fight. Maybe at the end of the week, like after the fight, you know what I mean? I get a crash and you end up feeling a bit down and all that because it's like, oh, that's done now.
Do you think that's what kind of put you down the path of addiction?
Could have been, could have been, know what I mean? It was, I definitely know my hand injury done that to us a wee bit, know what I mean? Looking for that high, looking for that, you know what I mean, that limelight again, looking for that to be involved again, but I couldn't do it because I wasn't training, I wasn't fighting, my name wasn't there, I wasn't an active fighter anymore because I had an injury. And just sort of put back into, you know what I mean? I wanted to have that run, like the other day, as you said, to run right up, you know what I mean? And nothing stopped me, and I didn't. And it was first pro fight, debut, boom, then injury, hand operation, that was like, that wasn't supposed to be the plan. You know what I mean? And then obviously the sort of drug use and all that addiction sort of creeped in after that, you know what I mean?
You got any lasting kind of thing for that hand injury?
No, I mean, it's fine, scarred up to the max, my hands, but they're alright now, you know what I mean? Hopefully they'll be fine by the end of my career.
Do you think if all going well, which I think it's going to anyway, and you get these fights that are coming up, do you think your past is going to get dragged or try and get flung on top of you whilst you're coming back through? I know you can tell you'll be able to deal with it, no bother, but it's just the press's way or people's way and try to remind you that you've done something wrong in the past. Are you ready for that to be hit? Because it's probably going to happen, isn't it?
Acceptance again at the end. I've accepted that's definitely going to happen. You know what I mean? And it
Which
even
is
happens
shite.
now and again right now. And you read, and I'm not mad on reading comments, but it was Josh sent me something the other day and somebody who's actually on that is slag me and him and talking about me being a junkie and all that. It's just like it's somebody with an anonymous profile.
Of course
one day,
it is,
you know what I mean? Of course, but it's like I am ready for it, and it probably will come back out in the papers, and there'll be wee things. It's fine because I know I'm doing the right thing a day. You know what I mean? I'm still living that life. You know what I mean? So, and we've all got a past, don't we? But I just keep bringing up the past. Fair play, do it. You know what I mean?
So
That's what I'm saying. You could be although you've got the past, I think you're going to be a role model to boys for the scheme because you've made the mistake,
Aye,
but a big mistake. But it's you can recover for it,
of course.
and you're still showing them that you can still go forward. So you're still going to be a role model to people.
Aye.
You're still going to be that fucking.
Aye, and that's it. And it's like the
That
past,
going.
isn't the past, but what's that person doing today?
Aye.
We must speak about that as well, innit? Know what I mean? I'm not doing this to go, look what I'm doing today to forget about that past. I don't want to forget about the past. You know what I mean? I'll reflect back now and again and see what I'm doing today. You know what I mean? I'm not asking everybody to forget about that. But just look at what I'm doing today or trying to do today. You know what I mean? Try to spread a better message to the youth and that as well and go, listen, there's a right way to do it and there's a wrong way to do it. I've tried both. You know what I mean? And I'm trying to do it the right way again today. I tried that wrong way, please don't do it. I mean, especially the younger generation of fighters, you know what I mean?
Everybody makes mistakes. It's just to try to be a good man and
Think
a
about
good person.
what Alex Kearney said. He says that's when you know you're going in the right direction. When you start to get these people popping up, you start to get the hate and all that. That's when you know you're going there. Isn't it?
Aye. I heard Eddie Hearn saying something a while ago saying if you've not got haters you're not doing it right or something. I was like, okay.
That's where he's probably going.
I know, but you can look. It doesn't matter how big an athlete you are or whatever. Even you like your Tyson Furies and that. You've got people hating on them, and for me, I can't help but just turn around and go like that. Can look at the journey he's been on. Look at the turnaround it's happened. But then there's other people who are just like, nah, fucking this and that. And
Some people just can't see anybody do good for themselves. It doesn't matter what it is. You could be an angel and somebody wants to fucking pull you down.
Even if you did a good, as you said, like it was a while ago, somebody commented on one of my posts about recovery. It was like, oh, get a rest or something. The people should go to counselling for that or something. They removed the post, obviously, know what I mean? Because they obviously thought, fucking hell, comes I got to slaughter me first because it passed a good message. I'm just like, see, you can't even do good if it's somebody wanting to should have done, you know what I mean?
Because we've started this to kind of give you a platform to tell the story to maybe help other people that's struggling with mental health. Mind that cunt says about my ears being different sizes as well. I still think about it all the time. I look in the mirror in the morning, I'm like, I think it's like that.
I've been called a fuck off and everything, man.
I know I'm a fucking wing nut. It doesn't bother me. You can talk about my ears. I'm fucking big ear, you know what I mean?
Nah, they are
Fucking-
quite bigger now.
They are, I know it.
I've got big
I'm
ears
just
and all,
glad
to
that
be
fucking
fair.
light's not right behind me. You just be shining right through.
But it's your hair. It's because you don't get a different haircut.
What's the matter with my haircut?
It's you. Listen, I know you were born with that haircut.
Yeah, I've had one different haircut my entire life. As a wee guy, I get my hair spiked up. And I was fucking much nuts.
No, I don't even know where we're going. Aye, haters, but I get quite a fag off, didn't I?
Aye. We'll see that.
No wrong. I suppose.
Sometimes the haters are bang on the money, isn't it?
Sometimes you just got to take it at the chin, man.
Yeah, I think I liked that one.
I'm sure it cunt's name was Jordan.
But see, I'll not see the last one we done, and we put a couple of wee videos and that up, and see the backlash we got for it was horrific.
Aye.
And see, sitting on my phone watching them all come in, it pure affected me. Like, see, reading all the comments.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Well, definitely.
It took me a week to kind of like readjust and go, do you know what? It's just fucking middle-aged, sad people behind a phone or a computer or whatever. So
That's that like life isn't the way I want it to be today. Like, I can't control that. If we could control that, we'd make that not happen. You know what I mean? Just be all the most positive comments ever, but life on life terms, innit? You know what I mean? You're going to have these people every single day. It's just how you
Can't
do it,
please everybody.
Exactly, mate. You can.
You cannot please everybody.
We're not here to please everybody. We're not here to please everybody either.
I need to remind myself that sometimes.
I know. That's what we were talking about when we were talking when they were coming through. But I think there's
a
something.
Mike Tyson quote, wasn't it? A Mike Tyson quote was, you sent me it.
Aye, a friend.
A friend to everybody is an enemy to yourself. And see, when I read that, oh, for fuck's sake, sometimes you get a comment, it just fucking...
I watched an interview with
wakes
Mike
you up.
Tyson the other day, and honestly, he actually said, for the stuff I done in my youth, if I hadn't done what I done in my youth, I'd have probably killed myself by now, because I can't live in this world. Because of how bad it is full of hate. But he's like, I've been at my worst. I'll never go there again. So what he's saying is he can't be hated any more than he was hated back then, so he doesn't care now.
Aye.
And I think that's another guy that's found his own heat.
He is definitely found
Do you know what I mean?
his
And,
own identity, you know what I mean?
I've said this to the wife before, that's where I want to be one day, whether it's 10 years down the line or it's tomorrow. I just want to be in my own heat space, man.
Content.
Aye, it's like fucking overthinking, 100 miles an hour, caring what other people think. See, that's my thing. See, if I go and do something, what's he going to think, what they going to think, what they going to do, and that's a fucking waste of energy, man.
That is.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah, I'm guilty of that and all. Too busy worrying what other people are going to think.
And trying to please other people, not and you end up forgetting about yourself, know what I mean?
After all that, let's see that stuff like a couple of weeks ago, and now like the other day I was sitting, I think I'm more content. That's me and Jim on Facebook official now.
Oh, are you? Even with that hairdo?
Aye. I says to her, I wonder, I says, listen, see next year, but we're also going to be in a relationship now.
Wait, you've just dropped this on Aston's lap here.
Aye, right. This has been an ongoing thing.
He's been in love, he's not been in love.
Okay.
He's been head over heels.
And this is me now. I've accepted it. Head
Acceptance.
over heels, and
He's
that's
got a
us.
Facebook bird now. It's Facebook.
Is that a joint
Aye.
page, is it?
No, she's.
John the Gemma, joint Facebook.
But I say, that was one of the conditions. I says, listen, Gemma, we can be an item now, but next year I'm going for a hair transplant, so I'm going to look like a baldy. I'm going to look like a baldy idiot for a couple of months. And she's all right with that. She loves me for who I'm on. The same with her. So. Aye,
I know, and it is. It's exactly what you're saying with you and your partner. You're both into the gym. He's both go boxing. He's both have that connection or something where you're together.
Aye, that's it.
You're just stagnant. We went out last Saturday and fucking I had a cheeseburger before I got on the train. And up to Waxy Corners had another cheeseburger and then had one the way home.
That's definitely you're fighting him. You'll be cheeseburger ready, haven't you?
I'm wondering about putting weight on or not, innit?
Cheeseburger, it's not a wee skippy snack, isn't it?
Aye. Here, I need to mention my cousin. He says to us, like, I knew who you were and stuff, but he said to us, here, I think you'd be, what a guess, see Don Brown?
Yes.
Do you know him?
I know Don is a cracking guy.
Aye.
He's actually came to I think he came to my comeback fight.
Did he?
Don, aye. A cracking lad. Good fighter, by the way, back in the day. Very good amateur. Know what I mean?
Obviously runs in the family.
See, we need to...
I'm only boxer about my cauliflower arse, man.
It's absolutely mind-boggling what happened to you because you've missed every branch on the way down it. You just hit the ground, man.
Don's wee brother and Don's wee sister are all boxers and stuff, and
Aye.
that's what I'm saying. And like Natalie used to come back in with like fucking gold medals for judo and all this, and I would just say, "Oh, right, grab a biscuit."
Sitting there with your muscle relaxing one.
Aye, but
Your sister
you
too,
couldn't
bro.
speak highly enough of
Aye,
you,
cracking
honestly.
guy, mate, cracking guy. A lot of time from not seen him in many years, but that's the way life is, isn't it? You
That's
go and
it.
do your thing, but I always got time from
Aye, it's remembering. You always remember the people who are worth remembering, innit? It's,
yeah, that's it, mate, know what I mean?
Try to hang about with people or hold on to people or care about people that you actually don't give a fuck about because they're just bad for your head. That's the people you want to forget about, not people that are good in this space. But so let's just talk about what happened to you, because you always avoid this question. So how come you come from a family of fighters?
I don't know. I seen a thing the other day, and it was, see that guy who's like a million, legit, what's his name, Dan Penn or something like that. He had a diagram that says the fat finger's longer than that one, your testosterone's lower, son, and that one is higher than that one. So I think that's where I've fell short.
I think what's happened is, see in the sperm race, I think he's tripped the sperm up that's supposed to win. And he's got in there like,
I
yes.
think my man breastfed is too long, man. Just love.
A milk tash on a real tash,
Give me
that's a
too much
sign, innit?
love, man, and that's me. I'm a cuddler, not a fighter.
So if you get on this card at Josh Taylor's homecoming, that's going to be the hydro, isn't it?
Aye, we'll be on it, mate.
What a night that would be.
There's a hydro on it, the big one. So mate, it'd be amazing, wouldn't it? I mean, I've never boxed in a hydro for boxing, breed and that, went on Josh's shows and that, know what I mean? Boxing Medal Bank on Josh's shows. Never boxing the hydro, so I think I'll be bringing a fair few hundred there, because I'm for Govan, it's basically Governor.
Aye, I know.
They'll sell out in seconds.
Oh, aye, fuck.
Aye,
You couldn't
especially
get
so
that
good.
last one at Hydro. You couldn't get a ticket.
Nah, it was hard gone, wasn't
You need to use a code for a pre-sale.
it? Aye, quite code to your tickets, I know.
No, not even free, just a pre-sale. We'll be there.
That's a good one.
Aye.
That is it. It's a thing with Scottish fighters as well, isn't it? It's like, if there is a home show or somebody's fighting, everybody's just there, and everybody just wants to be a part of it. It's class. It's really, really class. Like, would you get that down there?
Aye, they definitely support their end down there, mate, know what I mean? But they're just not as mad as us. They're just not, mate. The Scots, even say it down there. See, to be honest with you, Scousers are quite like Glaswegians in Scotland, know what I mean? They are very, very similar to us, but they always talk about the Scottish, don't they? We're all mad, we love to get behind the rainbow, all a party, all that stuff, know what I mean? We're crazy, aren't we?
That last Josh Taylor fight at Hydro, mind they carry on, it went on with that. Obviously because he won it and it was controversial. For me, wasn't it? That was probably because I'm biased or whatever, but I was in the comments on it and it was like, cunts were like, I'm on up and a punch, fuck it, you know what I mean? You're like, you don't even know them, you know what I mean? I'll punch a fucking heat down. Because of bad mouthing Josh on, but I watched the documentary and the shite he took.
Aye.
Personally, I thought as well. Just shows you, doesn't it? It's like, nobody's free from it.
Oh, yeah, I seen that. And you're putting your fucking body on the line, ain't you?
Aye,
and then once you're after the fight and cunts are like that, well, you should have just done this and done that. Well, mate, fucking feel free.
It, mate,
Come
know what I
on,
mean? It's,
feel free.
That's terrible, know what I mean? But people forget what Josh Taylor has done in the game, know what I mean?
Aye.
They're all quick to forget because he had a bad performance and
Well, that's
again
what
still
we're saying.
won.
See if he was
know what I
fucking
mean?
Mexican or Cuban or wanting it to be
Aye, that's
the
it, know
best
what I
thing,
mean?
it's that he'd be
One thing that will live with
worldwide.
him is that he's the only person in Britain that's ever won the order belts at one time. know what
I even
mean?
think if he was English, there'd have been a lot more fuss kicked up about it, and I don't care if that starts a riot.
No, you're right. You're right. Aye, you're right.
If he, I think, honestly, I genuinely do think if he was fighting out of London or something like that, and it'd have been a big fuss, or if he was American, it would be
Well,
fucking...
that's like Andy Murray, innit? Andy Murray was only fucking British when he was winning. Then when he was losing, he was Scottish.
That's it, mate. That's it.
You've got the same personality, so.
I know, man. You're like his tennis racket, man. Stop, Charles.
I just want to play tennis with Jordan's head.
It's always me, isn't it?
Aye. But, so your career's going forward, boxing wise, recovery as well. We said obviously they go hand in hand, but when the boxing comes to an end, it's got to hit one point in it. Do you think you would maybe go down the line of being an ambassador for like recovery or mental health or something
Aye,
like that?
definitely something I'm definitely even just looking at to tap into, like as of just now, mate. Know what I mean? Because there's never, especially in recovery, there's never like, oh, wait and date then. Know what I mean? People need our help now, mate. Need our help now, and if I can get anybody that, my door's open for it. Know what I mean, mate? So I'm big on it. I'm passionate about it. Know what I mean? And I'm not passionate about it. It's nothing to do with a platform for it. It's nothing like that. Know what I mean? Because it's deep. Know what I mean? It's deep. It's life or death recovery. Know what I mean? And
Do you think you need qualifications? Because I don't. See this. I know people go out and they work hard for it, and I take my hat off to people that do it for a profession. But me personally, I think it's easier to talk to somebody that's no
University
qualified.
of life, innit?
Aye, just like yourself. You've been there, you've done it, you're going through it, you're fighting it every day. I find that easier to sit down and say, my life's this and my life's that, instead of going and sitting. We've all, I don't know if you still do, but still see a psychiatrist.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's every fortnight or something now. And it's, I do
I
appreciate
think
it.
you speak to the people, all they want to do is just give tablets.
I mine not so much. I appreciate it, and I genuinely, I'm very thankful for the help, but I just feel like I've got to say stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I've got to tell them
Aye.
something. Whereas if I was talking to like Alexia Sella, maybe I don't want to talk about it today, so you can talk about something else, and it's like they're pulling it out you, and I think when they pull it out you, it fucking makes you worse. It makes you agitated and
Aye.
twitchy.
What
Mere
I
inner.
felt, see when you're talking to like us and now we're just all shooting the shit. Like I would tell my story and you'd tell your story. It wasn't, oh, my story's better than your story. This is like me saying, this is my take on it, and well, this is my take on it, and you can both take bits out of each other's
Aye, you
story,
can bounce off
and you
each
can
other,
go,
know what I
right,
mean?
hold on. But you can't get that with them. I don't feel you can get that if you're sitting down with a fucking PhD, fucking psychiatrist, and they've never been as low as we've been.
Aye,
They're just
They probably try and give you a solution, but you don't always need a solution. Just sometimes talking enough,
Essentially.
innit? Aye. Just
I think if you've in recovery anyway, if you've up to 12 steps, you're qualified to help anybody. You know what I mean? 100%. That's the way it is in recovery. There's nobody who's went through a course or anything like that, or qualified through university or anything like that. If you've been an addict and you've up to 12 steps, you can take somebody through that programme and save their life. You know what I mean?
I think you need to live life to help somebody's life. That's what I honestly think.
Anybody that you're going to speak to in recovery who's up to 12 steps has lived your life. I.e. an addiction. If you're an addict, they have lived what you've lived. You know what I mean? Because we're all addicts. We all think the same. You know what I mean? We all act the same. We all have to say the same things. That's why we're in the same rooms. You know what I mean? So you can identify with each other. You know what I mean? And I definitely find that easy to open up to somebody like that. That's how I'm in recovery today. You know what I mean? Because I couldn't open up to somebody who didn't identify with drinking drug use. You know what I mean? Because you just didn't date the same way I had done it.
Yeah.
But when I went into recovery and spoke to my sponsor, I went, wow, you sound worse than me. Right, okay, I can open up to you. You know what I mean? So
do you think, see, after being that 12 steps, do you think it's gives you a different perspective that you can look at somebody now and go, right, I think this is this.
Aye, and I always
before you be like,
there's a couple of sayings and there's a couple of things like, and I always do say, I say to a lot of people, I wish everybody could have a suicide program in their life. You know what I mean? I don't mean I wish everybody could be on drinking drugs. I just wish everybody could go for a 12-step program, because it's not just about drink or drugs, it's about changing your way of thinking. That's it. It explains that in the program. This program isn't just about getting off drinking drugs or about drinking drugs. It's about changing the way you think, and then so you don't think about using drinking drugs. You know what I mean?
there's a lot of like kind of being grateful for the life that you've got.
That's it. You know what I mean? Definitely.
It's just like working the biggest muscle, isn't it, with the brain. You just
That's
working
it.
it,
Changing it. Changing it.
See, but a lot of people associate with like kind of with addiction, and it's they just maybe picture something in a room and stuff. But see, for somebody walking in week 1, day 1 into that centre, see the whole other kind of range of problems that comes with it as well, like owing people money. If you're using every day, you're obviously racking up bills and stuff. You've got the stress with people maybe want to come to your door and stuff. It's a big complex problem.
Oh, definitely. And that is a part of the process, you know what I mean, where you make your amends and all that. So you do need to make amends to people. You need to pay back. If people need to have drug debts, you need to pay them back and all that, you know what I mean? And it says, listen, if that one isn't, you can't do that one because you're going to get weighed in or whatever. You don't do and date try and do it for an amends, you know what I mean? You that'll come in time. If it's supposed to happen, it will happen, you know what I mean? But you do the safe ones. You make your amends to your people, whoever it is, safely, you know what I mean? So
Good man.
It's just about clearing the mind, isn't it? It's as we've said this about fucking 10 times, man. You're in your own headspace, and I think that's, for me, it's made sense to me because that's what I'm trying to find. And to see you like that, it makes sense. I'm not going to go here tomorrow and say, oh, that's me sorted, but I was kind of hoping people would take something away first, but I've made me realise that you just need to find yourself, and whether it's a good situation or a bad situation, you still need to be yourself.
Definitely.
You can't lie to yourself, as you say, you can't go out and say, I'm fantastic today. If you're fucking no, you're not.
That's
you
it.
know what I mean? It's
And
forcing
the
yourself.
thing is, once you accept it and speak about it, you can deal with it then, you know what I mean? But if you say you're alright, you just need a chance of dealing with it, you know what I mean?
No.
That's the biggest lie, isn't it? Lie, tell it
That's it,
yourself.
you can just know how to deal with it then, you know what I mean? I've done it for years. I've done it for years and years and years, man. And it's always that thing. Wish I'd done it years ago. Do you know what? I don't wish I'd done it years ago, so I've learnt through it. Know what I mean? Know what I mean? And I've learnt through it today, and I can pass a good message on a day. Because if I'd done it years ago, maybe I wouldn't have had this message today to pass on. Know what I mean?
See if people's been listening to us and they're feeling inspired by your story, how do they get in touch? How do they follow you?
Aye, well, so, you can go on my platforms, my social media platforms, more Instagram. I'm on Twitter, but more Instagram. Aston Brown boxing, know what I mean? You can get me on there, and if anybody's want to get involved in recovery and that, and you're struggling to reach out and struggling to speak to people, just drop me a message and I'll point you in the right direction. I'll even, if I can, come to a meeting with you to take you through the doors, because I get it, it's hard for people to walk through the doors themselves, but if somebody takes them and they go, listen, I'm cool here, I know this meeting, it's a lot easier because that happened to me, you know what I mean? So I know, anybody can reach out to me and I can point them in the right direction and I'll help them as much as I can. You know what I mean?
Happy days, man.
Not just recovery as well, boxing, because I think this is vital in communities, especially our communities, our schemes. Boxing gyms, would you advise people, young, old, whatever, get yourself in there and get stuck in? We had this chat with Big Grant as well. People don't date anymore. People are too scared to go to a boxing gym.
He's the reason I stopped going to a boxing gym. But mate, I'd done a personal training session beside him while he was training for a fight, and he's a machine, man. I'm never going back in there again.
I can remember you used to get sent to the gym.
That's the reason we're talking about.
Aye.
It's like you feel that you've got to be at these levels that athletes are at, and you just know. Well, some guys can go down and be straight off the couch, 3 stone overweight. See if he's went to a gym, he's took the biggest step.
Of course he is.
He's took the biggest step, crossing that threshold.
Aye, that's it, and that's the hardest part in it, is walking through the doors first time, know what I mean? Once you break that barrier, man, you're off and running, know what I mean?
Is it an hour and a half we've got?
Aye, we've got 5 minutes there, well, 3.
Aye.
So what's the future got for you then? You said something about you're going to go for a gym after all this is all done. Boxing.
Aye, so once,
you're going to try and
100%, once I hang up the gloves, on my terms, you know what I mean, then I'll look into opening up my own gym and get my professional coaching licence and train new pros coming through and pass on my knowledge and my experience to them, know what I mean? I think I've got a good eye for coaching. So that's one thing, I'll never leave the game, I'll always be involved, know what I mean? It's one way or another, definitely.
Is there anything you want to finish on, message, whether recovery or just
if anybody is struggling with recovery? I know we've spoken a lot about boxing recovery, but boxing's boxing, know what I mean? You can look at my page and see my boxing, know what I mean? I know what that is, but if anybody is struggling with recovery, they're not alone in this, know what I mean? Because I thought I was alone, and we've all probably thought we were alone at times. You're not alone, there is help out there, know what I mean? Because I never thought there was help out there. I thought you just had to get over the shit yourself, know what I mean? Deal with it and find a way. There's help out there, and there's more people out there willing to help you than you think. So a lot of people think, oh, he'll just look down at me, this, that. It's not the case. You walk through the doors, you're the most important person in the room, know what I mean? Reach out to me. If anybody's looking for help, man, just drop me a message. I'll be right on the end of that phone and I'll give you as much help as I can. Know what I mean?
Amazing.
And you what, Jordan?
No, I just see if it's sitting me for an hour and a half, I can just kind of pick up a pure aura, like determination and hang me that. I honestly think you're going to get in the next couple of years, maybe where you want to be, man.
Thank you, man.
My pleasure.
I've took something away from it, I really have, and I didn't think it would be like this. I honestly, to see you in your own headspace like that, and the way you're accepting whether it's a good situation, bad situation, it's just got to get dealt with. It's opened my eyes, mate. I honestly, and I know it's maybe not what you're set out to do, but you're doing it. You're already putting that out there. And as Jordan said, I get positivity off you. I can feel it, and it's amazing, mate.
Thank you.
And I genuinely think that'll portray into your fighting, mate. So
thank you.
And you what, David?
Oh, I just commend you. I think for where you've been, where you're going, it's fucking brilliant. It's good to see, like you're saying, positivity, and you're going to end up with that gym. You're going to get everything you're going to want in life,
you, man.
and you're going to go for it, mate.
Appreciate you guys. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
So a big shout out to McGowan Fitness, who's always by our side. Do you want to get your spiel out again?
Allied Maritime Solutions as well. Honestly, best in the game. See, before I found him, my life was going nowhere.
Huge shout out to Paul here at the Green Room because he makes it all happen for us. But Aston, this has been
like the wizard that was behind that curtain.
But really appreciate you coming on, Aston, and we look forward to following your career as well. So
my pleasure,
thanks
guys.
very much, mate.
Thanks for having us, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.